Hey guys, and welcome to the Get Life podcast. This is episode 55 or 56. I haven't actually decided because I'm supposed to be recording with Master later on. And people are like, what the hell, Bish, you're actually telling us? Yeah, I like to tell you guys things. And I have a special guest. And people are like, oh, Bish, don't tell me these kind of crappy special guests that you have on that no one even knows about. Okay, fine, then I won't tell you who the special guest is. I'll let him tell you who he is.
Hi guys, this is Kaiji Tang. I am the voice of Suma Zhao in the Dynasty Warriors series. I am also the voice of Jan Lee from Dead or Alive 5. And from another Koei game is Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star, the first game. How's it going?
See, when I say I'm gonna get you guys someone awesome, I get you guys awesome people. There you go. So you can't bitch now. You can't bitch about it and say, oh, Bish, you don't give us good people. I brought you Keiji.
You can't bitch about Bish.
Yeah.
That's a t-shirt right there. You need to sell that.
Unfortunately, I can't actually sell t-shirts.
Oh.
Because my... yeah, that's a nice idea, though. I'll probably make t-shirts to give away, but I'm not really going to be selling any t-shirts.
I'm glad to be on the show, man. It's fun.
Thank you very much. So, if you guys don't know already, he's already told you what games he's in. He's in a lot more. And, yeah. So, we're going to be pretty much discussing the games he's in. And discussing a lot more things like how he got into voice acting. And we'll be answering some questions from you guys, which is awesome. So let's get started. So mind talking about your role in Dynasty Warriors 7?
Sure. Suma Zhao, I had originally gone into audition for a number of Dynasty Warriors 7 characters because there was a whole slew of new characters they were adding to the game. And Suma Zhao was one they had me come back and read for over and over again because there were quite a few people reading for the spot. And I guess I sounded lazy enough, you know, just lazy enough for them to be like, that guy. And he was just a pleasure to voice. He's so fun. He's so funny, and I'm really glad he surfs on people's bodies.
That is something awesome. I have to say, like when I first tried that out, I was like, oh my god, he's actually doing this.
Right? This is a thing he's doing in the game right now.
Like, all the other characters do some, like, I would say boring move. That's pretty awesome to look at, especially in 3D.
It's just a move you want to do over and over and over again.
Yeah. Imagine doing that on Lubu. That's fucking amazing.
Whee! I wish he said that when he did it.
Whee! Well, so when you were recording for Dynasty Warriors 7, they didn't let you do that?
we had a number of outtakes, I remember, but we couldn't put them in the game. Oh man, I say that now, and now I can't remember anything like specific. But yeah, there was a bunch of stuff we recorded, but obviously the client was going to be like, we can't use stuff like this. That's a curse word. And that's a cartoon reference, so let's take that out.
Wow. So, wow. So you're pretty much cursing as Suma Zhao.
No, I mean, like, I'm not like looking at the lines and be like, all right, I'm gonna add the F word here, and because sometimes, like, when you're recording long sets of dialogue, you flub, you mess up, and I'm unfortunately famous in the booth for just kind of cussing as soon as it happens. So, like, you know, you're Suma Zhao go, yeah, you know, it's just kind of bothering. Fuck. Yeah.
They should put that in the game, like a special DLC.
Wait, Suma Zhao, the army's coming our way. Fuck. Just super pissed all the time. Super pissed Suma Zhao.
I'm being serious. They should just put that in the game. Like,
that'd be really funny.
If you guys want to see that in like future Dynasty Warriors games, I'm not sure if obviously there is going to be voice acting. I'm not quite sure about that, but if you guys want to see that, tell Tecmo Koei. They can maybe sort something out.
Can we have a free like cussing DLC voice packs? Can we have Suma Zhao voice packs?
Imagine that during his Musos. Like, that'd be crazy.
Suma Zhao was Shaft. Suma Zhao is Samuel L. Jackson. That'd be really fun to record.
Really?
Wait, no. I actually did something similar to that. I've never actually known something like that, like a voice pack DLC. But I don't know if you're familiar with the fighting game Skullgirls.
Yeah.
I've been a part of that for a while now, and just recently they had an Indiegogo campaign, and one of the awards they had was the voice actors would record voice packs for all the characters, and it's our donation to the game. So it's like, you know, if you hit this much money, we'll give you a like a joke character voice pack, and so we'll be recording those. So I don't see why we can't do it for Dynasty Warriors.
That would be awesome, but the only problem is that Tecmo Koei is a very serious company.
Yeah.
And, you know, I wouldn't say they don't like jokes, but I haven't been seeing many jokes from them, mainly. But the thing is, like, you said earlier on that, oh yes, this is a cartoon reference or whatever, but a lot of the characters in the Dynasty Warriors games, like, have these kind of references to TV shows in there, you know, like the A-Team, like to songs as well. Like, I remember Menghuo, he defeats an enemy officer. Normally some characters say enemy officer defeated, but he's like, another one bites the dust, and I'm like, what the hell? Like they do put those references in. It's not
That's
like,
true.
I don't know how they don't get in trouble for that.
Subtleties.
It's just that you don't notice them because it's just Menghuo doing that, or also technically it's before the time it was invented, so you could say that Menghuo invented that.
That's true. All these things invented in ancient China and no one knew. The A-Team. The A-Team was invented in ancient China.
I can just imagine that now. It's just like a couple of like we can actually make this now. Like we can decide what characters will be in that. I'll tell you now.
Let's see.
Huang Gai has to be in that. Dong Ai.
Let's put some Suma Yi in there. Just
Really?
he should be oh my god, what's his name? The leader guy. He's always smoking cigars and just had the biggest brain fart.
I don't know.
Damn it. That guy. He should be that guy.
I'm actually searching Google now. 18.
Or we can just have the entire Jin family.
Oh, that would be cool. But where would Wang Yuanji go?
Oh, that's true. She can be Mr. T.
What?
Yep, I can see it.
I can't.
That's Come on, you can't see like a Mr. T Yuanji like DLC costume?
I'm imagining it now. It's
With a mohawk. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll look pretty sexy.
And then Sima Zhao can have like a Rocky Balboa DLC. And that would make so much sense.
The thing is, speaking of DLCs, especially for like the Dynasty Warriors games, like we've seen in Japan for Dynasty Warriors 8, they got like 7-Up DLC.
Do they?
They actually have it. No, I'm being serious. They have a 7-Up DLC for Japan.
What?
Yeah.
Is that coming out here in the States?
Unfortunately,
Do you think?
No. Because in the United States, I believe 7-Up is owned by a different company, and in Japan and overseas, it's owned by PepsiCo. So PepsiCo did a deal with Tecmo Koei, I think, and they got that in the game. And if you search it up now on Google, there's actually pictures of Zhao Yun drinking 7-Up.
That's fantastic.
So
Dynasty Warriors.
I'm guessing we're not going to see that in the US.
Oh, sadly not.
Hopefully in the UK though. But,
Yeah.
But I
That's
doubt,
really funny.
mainly for licensing reasons, that we're not going to see that, which is a shame.
That is a shame.
But it's a free DLC if you own a Japanese copy of the game.
That's awesome. See, Dynasty Warriors is fun. I love Dynasty Warriors.
That's the thing, like, there's so many haters for a game like that, but it's just a game at the end of the day. It's not really meant to be realistic. It's supposed to be fun. Like, I've never heard of, you know, a guy surfboarding on a human being, but you know, it's there. That's Dynasty Warriors. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
You know, it has its serious elements. You know, the cutscenes and things, and then they have this hilarious combat sometimes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think I remember my favorite part of Dynasty Warriors 7 was I think there was a legendary battle where Suma Zhao had to fight his brother over meat buns,
Yeah.
and that made me laugh forever. I even remember recording it. Like the direction was something like, it's like, okay, so you were just in a really big fight. Your brother's really mad at you. I think people have died. And I think it's been over meat buns. So go ahead and there's your background on the scene. I'm like, what? People have died over meat buns? Wow, that's really intense. This family is really hardcore.
The thing is, like, they've even included that joke in like the other Warriors games, like, you know, Warriors Orochi 3. They kind of had that similar mission going on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I think this time Suma Zhao is on his side.
Oh, okay.
But you know, they've had a lot of it. Like, I remember when I was playing that, and of course I was playing the split screen, and my sister was there, and she was like, "What the hell's going on?" And like on the internet now, and especially on the Dynasty Warriors blog, there's a lot of fan art, like, you know, Suma Zhao with all these meat buns and things like that. It's just like, wow.
Hey, meat buns are pretty delicious, I can tell you. As a Chinese guy growing up in Shanghai, meat buns.
The thing is, I've only had meat buns once.
Yeah?
And they weren't... The reason they weren't nice was because they weren't meat buns. I'm like, what the hell are these? Like, you see them on Dynasty Warriors, and you're like, you're just drooling on the controller, and you're like, oh, damn, I broke my controller, I need to buy a new one. But, like, you buy them... It depends on where you get them from, or make them your own. You're like, yeah, because I bought some from like Marks and Spencer's. Of course, people in the UK will know what I'm talking about. It's pretty much like a shop and stuff. So for Chinese New Year, they did that, but it was like deconstructed.
Deconstructed meat buns?
It was so weird. I was like, I have to make this myself? Like, what the hell, man? If I wanted to make this myself, I would have done it properly. And it wasn't like how it was on Dynasty Warriors. I used to think they were onions as a kid. Like, I used to see them in Dynasty Warriors. I'm like,
I can
awesome.
see that, yeah.
Like, obviously because graphics were bad, so you either thought they were some sort of onion or garlic or something.
Oh man, I don't like. I've never been to the UK, unfortunately, and I've got to rectify that at some point. But I don't know, like, your Chinese food availability out there, like what kind of Chinese food you can get. But I don't want to say you should go to like the shadiest looking Chinese place, but it's like the most family run kind of places that will have the best Chinese food, you know? And that's where you'll find like really good meat buns. And they're just, oh, I'm hungry thinking about it. Like just roasted pork meat buns and barbecued pork meat buns. And I can see why wars have been fought over meat buns, at least in Dynasty Warriors.
Wow. We went from Dynasty Warriors to meat buns.
Not too much of a stretch.
Yeah, no. I'm guessing a lot of fans are like probably gonna call up their local Chinese restaurant. I want some meat buns now.
Do you have legit meat buns?
The thing is, where I got it from was actually like what was it called? Like a grocery store. So it wasn't really a Chinese restaurant or anything. I think I can go now. I think after this recording, I'm going to go get some meat buns.
Go get some meat buns. Absolutely. That sounds like a really good idea. I think I'm going to go get some meat buns. Hell.
Yeah.
Everyone go get meat buns.
From any retailer. You know,
by any means necessary.
exactly. If you have to go to war over it, be my guest.
Don't kill anyone though. That's a little extreme.
Oh, speaking of meat buns and killing people, I know this is a bit weird, but there was a Chinese like book. I forgot the name of it actually. It was like the story. It had a story of like, you know, Daji. Yeah, it had something to do with Daji and like this king. I think King Zhao or something like that. He had like many concubines and things like that, and one of the concubines, you know, obviously Daji was his favorite, and one of the concubines were like, well, I'm jealous, and then Daji was like, well, you gotta kill her. And what they did was they killed one of the concubine, like the jealous one, and then they minced meat her. They turned into mincemeat and put it into meat buns and fed her to her family.
That's
weird.
That's hardcore, man.
That is
China. You scary, ancient China.
The thing is, it was like a folk tales and things like that, and of course, and you know, and the thing is, Tecmo really do kind of relate to these kind of things. Like the amount of references there is in Dynasty Warriors, like in general, to you know, the Romance of the Three Kingdoms book is amazing. It's the same with Warriors Orochi 3. You know, even Daji, like, because she's a playable character, one of her weapons is these meat buns. Now I'm guessing many people...
No way!
Yeah, I'm being serious. Like, many people wouldn't actually get the reference. And people are like, well, it's just meat buns. But there you go. That is the real meaning behind that. So
that's so awesome. It's almost messed up. Like, it's a little messed up, but still fantastic.
Yeah, and I think we've drifted off here. Like, this podcast is not even about Dynasty Warriors anymore. It's just about meat buns.
It's just about meat buns and cannibalism.
Wow. Hopefully people don't get the wrong idea.
If you're just tuning in now.
Yeah.
Meat buns, cannibalism.
Delicious.
Dynasty Warriors 8, that's what it's all about. Meat buns and cannibalism.
Speaking of Dynasty Warriors 8, like, the sizes of the maps... I didn't actually mention this in my last episode regarding Dynasty Warriors 8, but the sizes of the maps is like crazy big.
Are they? I'll take your word for it. I haven't seen much yet for the next game.
So, pretty much I've been watching videos by a guy on YouTube known as Dark Masamune 87, so he's pretty much doing commentaries on it. So the map sizes are pretty much massive. Like, it's just like crazy.
Like, compared to Dynasty Warriors 7, like, are they like twice as big, or like are they just noticeably?
I wouldn't say twice as big. I'd say like 4 times as big.
Holy crap, that's pretty big.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
But you're probably gonna need you're probably gonna need to use red hair if you want to get anywhere.
Wow.
But it's good because, you know, Tecmo recognized that, and they kind of did, you know, when you call your horse and you had to get on your horse, and it was it's pretty, you know, what a bother there. But
I see what you did there.
Yeah. So but now it's just press one button and the horse will come and pick you up, and you just jump on the horse automatically.
Well, that's sweet.
And there's a cool animation for that. Yeah. Okay.
I'm really excited. About Dynasty Warriors 8. Like, from the screenshots and stuff I've seen of it so far, it's looking good.
So you didn't see any gameplay? You haven't been tempted to go on YouTube and type it in?
I've always been meaning to. I just for the past few months I've been like stupidly busy and I haven't had the chance to. But maybe today I'll go on YouTube and look up some gameplay footage.
So speaking about Dynasty Warriors 8 and Dynasty Warriors 7, especially Dynasty Warriors 7, when you were actually being, you know, auditioning for the game and things like that, did they give you like a what to do kind of thing? Did they give you like the Japanese voices to work off?
Yes, at least for this place that records all these, they will always give you the Japanese voice first, and they'll give you they're called sides of the character, and they have a basic rundown of what the character's about, like personality, looks, role in the story. And for Dynasty Warriors 7, it was really nice because this doesn't always happen. They gave you a picture, so I at least knew what he looked like. For a lot of games and other voiceover projects, you will just get the sides, and you'll have no idea what your character looks like. You'll have barely any idea of what they're about, aside from, you know, the 4 or 5 lines written on the page that you're auditioning with. So, at least with...
So they don't let you see the cutscenes or anything?
No, absolutely
Wow.
not. They don't have time. They're like auditioning so many people, you know what I'm saying? There's no time to just run it on the screen, and they can't be like, well, look, in this scene he's doing this. You as the actor have to go in and just kind of create that on the spot with the lines they give you. And then, if they like you, they'll bring you back.
So when you were auditioning, what was your most, you know, that kind of moment that you knew that you were going to get it? Like, how did you find out that you got it?
Oh, I had no idea at the time, like, which person I was going to get, but they called me in for Suma Zhao, and like after I finished auditioning, and they're like, the client really liked how lazy you sounded. I'm like, what? At first I thought I did something wrong. I'm like, oh, lazy? What? Which character? It's like, oh, that's right, that's right, the lazy character. And I came in and they worked with me and they tweaked it just a little bit how they wanted, and that's how I got Suma Zhao.
Wow. So you said that you went in for numerous characters auditioning. So are you allowed to say which characters that you auditioned for?
I don't think I am. Hold on, let's see. I auditioned for Zhao's brother as well. I auditioned for... how many people did I audition for? I think there were like 5 or 6 other characters, and I can't remember them now because it's been so long. But yeah, like I think every actor they bring in, they audition for a ton of characters because, you know, Dynasty Warriors cast, like, just the amount of characters is so big. So, you know, everyone's going to be trying out for 4 or 5, you know, however many characters, and it's like throwing, you know, darts at the wall, and it's like, which one sticks best?
Okay. So okay, that's quite cool. One thing regarding that is, like, of course, Dynasty Warriors 8 has been announced. Yep.
Yes.
And there have been people on Twitter that, I'm not going to say who, but they've pretty much hinted at things. and I know you're one of the people that can neither accept or deny these allegations.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah, which is it's okay, but it's okay. But you know,
it's that way where it's like, I can neither confirm nor deny.
Notice that the heavy emphasis on confirm
or deny.
Yeah, because deny is really going to happen. Moving on swiftly, because I don't want, because we don't want Tecmo-Koei.
I'm gonna get a phone call right now. It's like, Kaiji. I'm like, what?
They can't really do anything. Well, no, they can't. What am I saying? The game's not even out yet.
They could never hire me again.
Nah, with a voice like that, you're gonna find jobs. On a serious note, let's talk about Sima Zhao specifically. What do you like about him?
I like his, like, character progression. I really like, the fact that what he really wants to do is just kind of lay back and just kind of, enjoy life. He's really carefree at the beginning, and then he has all this stuff just forced on him. I don't know if he ever wanted any of it, but he had to go through and step up, and, like, even when he was, even as he was doing all that stuff in the end, like, fighting all those people, it's just, it just seems like there could have been a different way in his mind to do it, but he's given the situation he has, and he's trying to make the best of it while trying to honor his dad and his brother. I think it was just a crappy situation for him to be in, and he had to step up, basically. So I like that a lot. I love Sima Zhao. He's one of my favorite characters that I've ever done, and he's hilarious.
I've got to admit that. So you did mention that he progressed quite a lot, and it is evident in obviously Dynasty Warriors 7. They kind of focused on him mainly, but he was kind of short-lived in the sense that, you know, after he got everything done, he lived for like 1 or 2 years, and he died.
A year. Yeah. What the hell, man? It's like you go through the game and you like kill like 70,000 people, and you get taken out by what, like a cold? And I'm not sure what the reason was behind it. I never quite looked it up. But do you know why he actually died?
I don't know, but people back then don't live long.
Yeah, that's true.
But there are a couple of characters that live long, and like in the sense like you know, I forgot his name now. Yeah, Huang Gai is one of the characters that lived long. Deng Feng lived very long. Zhao Yun, that's very interesting. Zhao Yun was there from pretty much the beginning of the game till the end of the game. But the thing is, they don't actually change how he looks. Like, they don't show... He doesn't age, which is a bit odd. Yeah. Mainly because...
that ginseng tea and...
yeah. But
keeps you healthy.
It does, doesn't it? It's just, you know, he's a poster boy for the game, so imagine him looking old. He's not going to be the poster boy anymore.
It'd be a little weird.
Yeah, but speaking about him, did you hear about the story, like how he died? How Zhao Yun died? Well, there's actually one sort of story behind it, is that he used to come from battle, never lost a battle, and you know, his wife would think he was running off with some other woman, because he's always saying, oh, I have to go to battle, when he was actually really going to battle. So his wife was like, well, you say you're going to battle, but there's no marks on you, there's no sort of scars or anything. And then he was so proud to say, oh, that's because I don't get any of that, because I win every battle. And she just didn't believe it, so she kind of poked him with a needle, a very sharp needle, and then he bled to death.
What? He was a hypochondriac? What?
No, I'm being serious.
Wow.
It was like getting a balloon and popping it.
What?
He just bled to death, and his wife killed him. That's one folk tale about that. But of course, in Romance of the Three Kingdoms, they don't mention that, because the writer of that book loved Zhou Yun, and he didn't want him to be seen in a negative way. And obviously, because Dynasty Warriors is based on that book, they don't look at Zhou Yun in that kind of way.
Obviously, one of the DLC weapons needs to be a giant pin.
Yeah, like that could be hilarious. Tech McCoy, if you're listening,
we have more ideas for you. Write these down.
Yeah, I think you should get paid for these ideas.
One of the new writers for Dynasty Warriors 9, Kaiji Tang. 300% more cussing in the game.
Dynasty Warriors 9. Do you think that'll ever happen?
You know what? I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, I don't see this game stopping anytime soon, based on any real factors. Because every game sells well enough in the West and everywhere that there's always a sequel. So unless somehow Dynasty Warriors 8 completely bombs, you know, which obviously it's not going to do. I don't see why not.
I'm just having that feeling that they're already starting on it, like Tecmo Koei Japan. They're already doing this as we speak for like the PlayStation 4 or something like that, because Tecmo Koei were announced to be developing for the PlayStation 4. So So I'm guessing, because Tecmo are always there with release titles and things.
Mm-hmm.
Like for the PS Vita, they did Dynasty Warriors next. For the PlayStation 2, it was Dynasty Warriors 2. And and for the, I believe the Xbox, no, it wasn't Xbox 360. For the PlayStation, I forgot. For the PlayStation 3, it was Dynasty Warriors 6. So yeah.
Yeah. I don't see why not.
Should be good if they ever do that. But I don't want it to get to the stage where it's just like, oh, really, another game?
Right.
I don't want it to be on the stage of the games like Call of Duty and things like that, where they release the same game every year and they just change it up slightly.
Yeah.
But I don't think Dynasty Warriors will be like that. Especially,
no, I don't think so.
Especially after Dynasty Warriors 6. Because that game, I tell you, that was a bad game.
I don't know if I played 6. What made it so bad?
It was just bad. You don't want to know. That was something. It was just like they tried so hard, and they put a lot of, I wouldn't say new ideas, a lot of ideas that didn't work so well, like in terms of game mechanics and how the characters looked and new weapons. Okay, there's some things that they continued to bring, like this dual weapon system, like how you could switch between 2 weapons. That came from Dynasty Warriors 6, and obviously animals in there, they added like the wolf and tigers and stuff, and you can kill them, and swimming they added, and climbing ladders, which was a big change, but a lot of weapon changes, a lot of character changes weren't that cool, and a lot of characters were cut from the game, which was a disappointment. Of course they did bring them back for 7, and I have to say that kind of contributes to 7's success.
Good. I'm glad they brought him back. It sucks for, especially in Dynasty Warriors, for any of the characters to get left out after they've been introduced.
Of course they did do that though. There was only one character that wasn't brought back in 7. And it was Zuo Chi, and he's returning from Dynasty Warriors 5. After Tecmo Koei said, yeah, he's not going to be a Dynasty Warriors character ever again. But of course, they listen to their fans, and they're doing what's best at the end of the day.
Excellent. I'm glad they have that mindset about them, where they listen to fan feedback. Some game companies say they listen, and then they're like, let's just do whatever we want.
Exactly. That's the best thing about Tecmo Koei and Team Ninja and things like that. So, speaking of Team Ninja, should we talk a little bit about Dead or Alive 5?
Sure, absolutely.
So as you guys are, fans listening, as you guys know, for everyone that was pretty much involved with some sort of Dead or Alive, or anyone that's in the credits of Dead or Alive, we challenge them to do the best Jan Lee impression. And we're going to let you guys decide who does the best one. So, KG, want to show them how it's done?
Sure. Let me turn down my mic so I don't blow the volume, because it's gonna get a little loud. All right, here we go.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
I hope I turned the mic down enough. I'm not sure.
I don't know. You did, but I don't think it was effective.
Ugh.
No, but it was. That's awesome. How do you do that voice? Like,
I don't know. I watched Bruce Lee movies a lot growing up, and weirdly enough, I also watched, ironically and hilariously, Fist of the North Star, the old anime.
Oh.
And I was a huge fan of that, and I used to do impressions. On and off. I didn't do it like it's 7 a.m. time to do my Kenshiro impression. But yeah, I mean that was half the reason why. Actually, I have a really funny story about Dynasty Warriors 5 and Fist of the North Star, which I was also in. I got cast off Fist of the North Star because they liked how deep I can go with my voice, and the fact that I was the only actor apparently that could do that, scream, for any prolonged period of time.
Yeah.
So when I went into audition for Jan Lee, you know, he has a similar battle cry. The people who cast me actually had no idea I was in their other game as Kenshiro. Like, this was a different, you know, team working on it. So when I went in to record and I started, you know, doing the high-pitched battle cries and stuff, they paused and they're like, "Wait, were you in our other game? Were you Kenshiro?" You know, and I was like, "Yeah, I thought you guys knew that. I almost thought that's why you guys cast me." And they're like, "No, wow, what a coincidence!"
Wow.
So that was fun.
Sounds fun. I'm still kind of shocked on that impression. It was just blew me away. Crazy.
Now try doing that for 4 hours in a row.
You had to do that for 4 hours in a row.
Not 4 hours in a row, but like for Kenshiro, we'd always have like the last hour or something like that. That's all battle cries because he has so many of them. So I always walk out of the session going, "Oh God, oh God, my throat."
Wow. I feel sorry for you.
No, it's fun. It's fun. You drink the right kind of tea, and then next day it's fine. But yeah, that's a fun thing. That's a fun battle cry to do. Jan Lee especially, because that's half his attack sounds.
Yeah.
You know? More than half. It
doesn't
like
really have much
75%.
talking.
No, not so much. Fight me. You know.
Yeah. So, did you play Dead or Alive 5?
Dead or Alive 5, I haven't got the chance to. Like, ever since it came out, I'm like, I'm gonna get it and play it, play it. Never got the chance to. Like, I feel so bad because, like, up until maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I was actually pretty hardcore gamer. Like, I would buy a game and I would just finish it in like 2 or 3 sittings. And now that I'm working more, I just don't have the time to do it, and it makes me sad because I have this back catalog of games, and like, I feel terrible because I'm turning into like this casual gamer, and I don't want to. You know?
Yeah.
It's awful. It's awful, but man, what can you do? What can you do?
But in the end, it's for the greater good.
It is. It is for the greater
You're
good.
providing that entertainment for other people.
You can enjoy it in my stead. Do this for me.
Yeah. So if you want to make KG happy for a couple more hours, then you can purchase your copy of Dead or Alive 5 from your local retailer. I'm going to say game because that is my local retailer. Game got a shout out here. It's shameless advertising, but there you go. So you can purchase it from Game, or you could buy it on the PlayStation Network for free if you are a PlayStation Plus subscriber, I believe, which is awesome. If it's for free, download it.
Free is always good.
Exactly, it's a no-brainer. Speaking about Jan Lee, so you didn't really... Do you know that Jan Lee won the tournament?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do. I was part of the storyline that we recorded, and they're like, "Yeah, I think canon-wise, I think your character wins." I'm like, "Fantastic." I like that. I like that in his ending movie, he's just like drinking in a bar. It's like, "Oh yeah, I won the tournament." Alcohol.
It's not as bad as the other characters though. Like one character known as Elliot, he goes to the bar and he asks for milk.
Oh, I heard about that. I also, that's another character they actually auditioned me for, weirdly enough. Like, I saw his picture and I saw his sides and I was like, I don't know if that's the right character for me. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get him. But fortunately, Jan Lee was right there next to him, so I'm glad I got one of them.
Oh, wow.
I have no idea what Elliot would have sounded like if I was playing Elliot. Like,
What do you think he would have sounded like, according to that picture?
I don't I don't even know, like, because he's so young looking, right? He's that really young character, right?
Yeah.
And like, I'm not really known for doing young characters, so I guess he would have sounded a little like Suma Zhao. I'm just a really shy Suma Zhao, you know?
Wow. One thing I was kind of disappointed about in terms of Dead or Alive 5, because in Warriors Orochi 3, they kind of got some Dead or Alive characters in there, which is awesome. But I was thinking, yeah, they're going to get, like, I was hoping that they were going to get some Dynasty Warriors characters in there, you know, Suma-Yi, Suma Zhao. Yeah. You know, at the end of the day, Dynasty Warriors started off as a fighting game, so I was hoping they were going to do that. So what do you think if Tecmo Koei were like, hey Keiji, we're going to do a fighting game for Dynasty Warriors? What do you think about that?
That'd be one of the greatest days of my life, because let me tell you, I'm huge into fighting games. Like, I love fighting games. Like, I was that kid growing up, like, playing on the Street Fighter 2 machine who knew how to do the special moves, you know, before the internet, before you can look that up. I play them every chance I get, and I would kill to play a Dynasty Warriors, like, legit fighting game. You know, with all those characters on the roster, how awesome would that be?
It'd be a bit weird with some characters, though.
Yeah, what do you mean? Like,
you know, Wang Yuanji.
You know, she could be fun. I mean, she has fans. I figure she'd be like a projectile character.
She doesn't have fans.
Oh wait, she doesn't. Who has fans?
Xiao Qiao and Da Qiao. Well, no, Da Qiao doesn't have fans anymore, but Xiao Qiao does.
What does she have? She has throwing things. She has
throwing knives.
Throwing knives. That's it. Fans. What am I thinking? Jeez. Yeah, she can be like a projectile character with like her throwing knives. I don't know. I think it would work.
No. I think they're just gonna have to cut out some characters from that list. As much as I do think Wang Yuanji is awesome, I don't think. Yeah. In a game like that, I don't think ranged weapons wouldn't really work.
Well, they'll just have to make it so we can see.
Yeah. Because obviously they got this kind of Dead or Alive engine going on, so they could use that. It's not difficult. Well, I say that, but it is kind of difficult. Yeah.
That'd be a really fun thing to play.
It would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it will get more fans of Dynasty Warriors, which means more sales.
More sales is always good.
Yeah, which means more chance of a English dub.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Because, of course, Empire's never got an English dub.
Yeah.
And Warriors Orochi 3 never got an English dub.
Yeah. And Ken's Rage 2 never got the English dub.
Yeah.
For a while, my voice actor friends who, you know, they're involved with all these projects, we were afraid because we're like, are they just not doing English dubs anymore for any of their games? You know, it was a concern. But fortunately, it seems to be righting itself.
Oh, yeah. Because a lot of people have been asking, and a lot of people have been complaining about this whole English dub thing. Especially with the Dynasty Warriors series, because on the Dynasty Warriors blog, there's a lot of people bitching and moaning, and they're like, oh man, I don't want to see this Japanese voice acting. But in all fairness, I actually like the Japanese voice acting.
Yeah.
No offense to you.
But no, I completely understand. Like, there's a lot of the Japanese voice talent are amazing, you know? Like, all of them are amazing, so there's nothing against the Japanese VOs at all. I like to hear them Japanese too, you know? I enjoy both, so...
So which one...
Are you asking me which one I prefer?
Yeah. Which one do you prefer?
I'll say I say the English, but because I like to hear my friends in things. You know, like when I'm playing games, I'll be like, oh, that's Patrick, or that's Mariana, that's like I know a lot of these guys, and I hang out with them, so it's fun to hear your friends you know, as these really cool characters.
Well, what about your voice? Do you ever like, play Dynasty Warriors and like, oh, that's me?
Yeah, I did pick up Dynasty Warriors to hear what I sound like, but like honestly, I play since I'm a big gamer. I actually play more for the game than to hear myself. Like I'll find myself like in some games I'm in, I'll find myself just skipping my scenes because I'm like, I know what I sound like anyway. Get on with the game,
Yeah. And especially like the games you were in had a lot of cutscenes.
Yeah.
Especially like Dead or Alive. Like when I was playing that story mode of the game, it was like, oh yeah, this is nice. It's played one fight and then 10 minutes of cutscene.
Right.
And then another like 5 minute fight and then like 20 minutes of cutscene.
Right.
They could have done that as a CGI movie right there.
Damn, Jan Lee. You talk too much.
Oh, he doesn't really talk that much though.
No, he really doesn't.
It's all of that battle cries and things.
You see that? You see that one cutscene of him on the train?
Yes.
Oh, that was awkward to record.
Why is that? Why was it that awkward?
Well, no, like because I don't think any of us had seen that scene before we rolled it, before we had recorded it. So we had to preview the scene, and at the end of it, we're just like, what just happened? What's happening? Should we? And we during that scene when she's on top of him, we recorded this whole mess of like, I think in the Japanese it's different than the English because there's select like little reactions that were missing, and we had to put them in. So there was a lot of awkward like you're on my junk, like stuff like that. Unfortunately, they didn't get the "you're on my junk" line in, but again, voice DLC.
Are you serious? So you actually recorded that?
Yeah, because when we don't have any select like written lines for scenes like that, because it's all just kind of reactions from the character. So they just kind of let me just do stuff. Wow. And they're like, all right, well, we can't use that, but these are good.
Do you ever act out the scenes in like real life?
In real life?
For fun.
That'd be kind of hard. I would need a train, and I would need a far more muscular physique. But no, I can't say I have.
Yeah, you could try them out one day.
I could. I'll videotape it and put it on YouTube.
Speaking of that, like that specific scene, like I remember seeing that scene, I was like, what the hell's going on? Like especially there was like the other guy as well.
Right. The other guy was fantastic. Yeah, I like the other guy in the scene better than Jan Lee, honestly. Just because of his face and just flailing towards. Oh, that game. That game.
Well, that's pretty much what kind of Dead or Alive is. It's a fighting game, but it has its awkward moments.
It's an awkward fighting game. Yeah. I mean,
It's kind of known for that kind of jiggling effect, if you see what I mean.
I'm just glad there wasn't any volleyball in this game. Not to put down volleyball or anything.
Why is that?
Have you ever played the Dead or Alive volleyball?
Yeah. Wow.
That would have been kind of fun, actually, if they included some volleyball gameplay.
People have been asking for a sequel to that volleyball game.
Yeah?
Yeah. They're like, we want more of it. We want a third game of that. I'm like, what the hell?
They should come out and just troll everyone and just have an all-male cast playing volleyball. You know what I'm saying?
No, the thing is, a lot of people would like that, though, because especially, you know how a lot of characters got the bikinis.
Yeah.
The female
banana
characters.
hammocks.
And they were asking, a lot of the gay community, a lot of the female community have been asking, where's the guys' stuff? Like, how come we don't get to enjoy something? And Team Ninja were like, oh no, we're not going to do that, not going to do that. And then, because of the fans, they did that.
They released a, male swimsuit thing?
To some extent, yes.
Sweet.
It's not like it's not like Jan Lee in a mankini. No, it's like this isn't Tekken. It's more like shorts and things like that. But you know, Jan Lee is topless most of the time anyway.
Yeah.
So, but characters like Hayabusa, jeez, you get to see his long hair. I'm like, whoa, he's normally a ninja. We don't get to see this hair. But there you go.
Cool.
Yeah. So another thing, we didn't actually get onto the whole Ken's Rage thing. Care to talk about your role in that game?
Yeah, that was the first game I ever did for this company, and I remember walking in and they handed me the sides, and me having watched the show forever, I was like, oh my god, this is a Fist of the North Star game, and they're like, how did you know that? I'm like, I am a fan of the genre. So I actually at first I didn't think I was going to get Kenshiro, because I just didn't think that was just something I'd be able to play. So instead I auditioned for the role that Matt Mercer ended up getting. What was it? I'm having another one of those brain farts. It's Kenshiro's friend. Oh my god, his name. He does the cutting martial art with his fingers.
Thing is, I don't know because I've never played Ken's Rage.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's another character, and I'm the worst fan of the genre because I forgot his name. But anyway, he's another character in the game, and I actually got called back for him several times. Like, I went in, I read for a bunch of characters, and then they called me back. It's like, hey, we really like you for this guy. Can you read for him again? So I sent another audition, and I did it again. And finally, months and months later, they're like, oh, hey, we're booking you for this game. And they didn't tell me what character I was playing, so I assumed that it was the guy, I was reading for. I was like, oh, cool. He's a really cool character. And then it was actually the morning I was driving to record. They were just calling me and just confirming that I was coming. And I was like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm voicing this guy, right? The guy I was reading for. They're like, oh no, you're doing Kenshiro. And I was like, what? Because I read for him one time, and I had never read for him again because I just kept getting called back for the different character, and I was shocked. I was like, oh my, what? Like the lead guy? And apparently they liked my ta-ta-ta-tas so much and they couldn't find another person that could do him.
So, how different is it from Jan Lee's battle cries?
Jan Lee is a lot more. He's a lot more fiery as a character. He's a lot more hot-tempered and he's a lot more explosive. Kenshiro is. he's more nuanced. He keeps at a certain level and he stays within a certain range of pitch and emotion, except when he's fighting, of course, then people's heads start exploding with battle cries, but just attitude-wise, they're very, very different characters, I feel.
So who's the most muscliest character that you've recorded voice for?
The muscliest character? Oh, that absolutely Kenshiro. There is no doubt about that. That dude is a mountain of man, and I actually, after I recorded him and Dynasty Warriors, I have this thing where I get tattoos of projects I really enjoy working on.
I've seen that.
Yeah, so, Koei games actually make up a good part of, I have Hokuto on my wrist, I have the Suma clan, on my other wrist, I have Li Xiaolan, I have Jan Li, I have a RPG I can't talk about yet, but yeah.
So if someone saw you in the street and saw that tattoo of that RPG that you can't talk about yet, what are you going to say? You're going to be like, oh no, that doesn't exist.
I'll be like, that tattoo's under NDA. That's a non-disclosure agreement tattoo.
It's just going to be covered at all times.
I'm waiting for the one fan to look at this tattoo and be like, I know exactly what that is, because I tribaled up a design from the game. Like it's an image from like my character. Like it has to do with my character, and I kind of did a. Actually, my friend Christine, she helped me design like a little tribalized version of it.
Okay.
And I'm waiting for that one person to be like, I know what that is. You know. So far, it hasn't happened, but we'll see.
Okay, so I'm not really gonna dwell on that game a lot because I don't know what it is personally. But is it a cool game?
The one we're talking about, the RPG that I can't talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's my favorite. Ooh, I don't know if that'd be saying too much, but it's one of my favorite JRPG series.
Oh, no, okay. I'm trying to figure out what it is.
It is coming out this year.
Okay.
So when that happens, I'm going to explode all about it on Facebook. But it is one of my favorites.
This year, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna try and find out what it is.
Put on your detective hat.
Where is my fez? I know that has nothing to do with detectives, but I just have a fez, and I like to wear it while recording, but I forgot this time.
Yeah, it's gonna be really good. This JRPG, it's gonna be really fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Can you at least disclose any information regarding on what console it will be?
I know it's gonna be on the PS3. I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Seems a bit. Okay. I only have one idea in my mind, but I don't. Yeah, it's probably wrong because I don't know many. I don't know many JRPGs. I'm just thinking about one game in particular, but is it a new character in this game, or is it like a returning character?
New.
Okay, now then I won't know.
Okay.
Damn it. And yeah, how did you get into voice acting?
How did I get into voice acting? Completely on accident. Like 100% on accident. I think every person I've talked to has a different story about how they got in. But for me, I transitioned from theatrical acting. I did that for like 8 years, and then I moved to Los Angeles and I did commercial acting. And before I did voice acting, I was doing like national commercials. Like I had one for Garmin GPS. I did one for the Discovery Channel, and I ended up doing a podcast for a studio that does dubs for anime.
Okay.
Bang Zoom Entertainment, and one of the people who worked on the podcast with me was a director at the studio, and he basically was like, "Hey, do you want to come in and do some voices for this new show we're working on?" And I was like, "Okay, cool, let's do it." I had never had any experience with voice acting until then, and the first thing I ever did was this anime called The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. And that was my very first voice acting job ever, and since then I just get called back and back and back for things. And after the first year, I was like, you know what, maybe I need a demo. You know, and that's how it started, and I just kind of branched out from there and started doing lots of video games, and it's been a really fun ride so far.
Okay, so you talking about your demo? Yeah, I've actually listened to your demo, and I've heard a lot of like McDonald's kind of advertisements.
Oh, the commercial,
yeah.
The commercial demo you listened to. Yeah, that's mostly for like a submission to agents. Like this is the type of voice that you can expect I can do for various commercials and stuff. I don't have that many McDonald's commercials under my belt, unfortunately. Otherwise, I'd be living in a much, much nicer condo.
They just give you free cheeseburgers.
Oh my god, wouldn't that be great? The voice, see, I feel the voice of a certain company at any given time should get free product. Like, my friend Liam O'Brien, he's the voice right now of Pistachios. I feel like he should just be able to walk into any grocery store and be like, hey, I'm the voice of Pistachios. I'll be taking this. And just leave. As many pistachios as he wants.
Yeah, but what's he gonna do with all those pistachios?
I don't know. Maybe he's a pistachio hoarder. Who am I to blame?
He just takes it and he just sells it on.
He just puts it in his garage. And just hoards. It's a reminder of his time as the voice of Pistachio.
Wow. So if you could do that, what would you do it for? Like,
what, like, let's see. Kool-Aid Man.
really?
I would be the voice of Kool-Aid Man.
Do you think you can do the voice?
Oh yeah! I sound like Macho Man Randy Savage. I would change the character to Macho Man Randy Savage. No, Kool-Aid Man is fucking hilarious. I would love to do Kool-Aid Man.
You just go through like walls demanding.
Yeah,
Kool-Aid.
absolutely, I would.
The thing is, we don't actually have that drink in the UK. There's places that you can get it from, but when I'm drinking it, I'm like, this drink. I feel like I have diabetes when I'm drinking it.
Yep. That's part of the appeal, I guess. No, I don't know. I say the same thing about Mountain Dew. Like, whenever I drink Mountain Dew, I'm like, oh god.
Now that tastes like piss.
Have you tried that? Have you tried that gamer Mountain Dew? Like, what was that a little while ago? The Mountain Dew, like they were branding it as gamer fuel, and it was even sugarier than normal.
The thing is, I think that's the one that we got in the UK.
Yeah.
We only have like 2 flavors of Mountain Dew. Some green thing that's like fluorescent. Like, you turn off the lights, it glows in the dark. It's as if it's radioactive. And I'm like, I was at Eurogamer Expo, and then they were giving it out for free, and I'm like, okay, I'll try it. I was like, oh, this tastes like piss. But then I got more. I'm like, give me more, I want some. Like, it doesn't taste nice, but it's like addictive.
It's like crack in a can.
You're
gonna call your dentist afterwards. It's like, I did something wrong. Help.
Yeah, but the thing is, Mountain Dew. I don't know what is it. What is so nice about it? That's the thing.
It's sugar water. It's delicious ? Sugar water.
But that's no offense to Americans. That's what everything is. Every drink in it, even water in America.
Water has a high sugar count.
Like, we have high calcium content in our water in the UK. It's just high sugar water. That's what it is in America.
Little do you know, we have fountains of just Kool-Aid and Mountain Dew. Like, that's what we give to our like grade schoolers. Instead of drinking fountains, we have Mountain Dew.
Can't blame.
That's awful.
Yeah, but America's got a lot of cool stuff though. They got a lot of cool stuff. I'm gonna mention is
stuff.
A lot of food related objects.
Yeah.
Like, you guys got Taco Bell. We don't have that over here.
You guys don't have Taco Bell?
No. All we have is McDonald's, Burger King, KFC, and I can't remember any more.
You know what? The less processed fast food chains you have in your country, the better. You know.
Well, the thing, you say that, but the UK is known for things like deep fried Mars bars.
I've never tried one of those. I've always wanted to.
It's nice, actually.
Yeah?
I'm not gonna lie. Next time, if you ever go to the UK, go to Scotland, go to a chip shop, ask for a Mars bar. They'll
Got it.
fry it for you.
Will do.
Do they still make Mars bars in America?
I haven't seen one for a while.
Cause
my girlfriend is shouting from the other room that we do.
Okay.
She's somehow hearing. She's like, yeah, we do. I'm like, oh, okay.
She's currently eating like a Mars bar.
She's just eating a Mars bar right now. Yeah, we do. What do you mean?
I'm a bit skeptical about that. Because I would want to imagine how your Mars bars are like. But at the same time,
Non-fried.
Non-fried, yeah. But what else?
It's the only thing that's not fried in this country. Mars bars. Go figure.
So you're saying anything else is fried?
I've seen some. You go to Middle America, they'll fry some weird stuff. I've seen deep fried cheesecake. Yes. My girlfriend is just saying things through the door now. Deep fried sticks of butter, which is unfortunate. I've even seen a deep fried pizza.
Okay, that sounds okay.
It sounds okay, but like the deep fried cheesecake, you know, and people eat those things somehow.
Yeah, there's a lot of nice deep fried things. As you know, okay, cauliflower, deep fry that and taste it. Amazing. Deep fried cauliflower.
Deep fried cauliflower? Okay.
Try that.
Will do.
We've just drifted off.
Right, it's like Dynasty Warriors, Ken's Rage, deep fried cauliflower.
Wait, can they deep fry meat buns? That work?
That actually sounds really good. Like crispy exterior, meat bunny filling. That does not sound half bad at all.
Just before anyone does it, I'm just going to take that as my idea.
Trademarked.
Yeah.
Trademarked by Bish.
That'd be awesome, though.
That would be awesome.
Damn it. We've kind of gone off topic here. I'm not going to edit any of this out because people need to listen. They need to listen to our discussions. But yeah, moving on, trying getting back to the whole gaming thing.
Right.
Let's take some questions. So you ready to answer some questions?
Absolutely.
Okay, first question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how awesome do you think you are?
How awesome do I think I am?
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know. I know some pretty awesome people, so comparatively, I can't rate myself that high. Like, you know, compared to some of my peers, I haven't been in the business for that long, so I'm gonna maybe give myself a 6.
Okay.
You know,
seems a bit modest.
Comparatively, I'm just saying comparatively to some of my peers, I'm gonna give myself a 6. Maybe in a few years we'll go up the scale a little bit, but
okay. I got another question. Okay, it's regarding, you know, we heard your girlfriend shouting through the door. There's a question for her. How lazy does she think you are? Because obviously you've played a lazy character, Sima Zhao.
Oh, don't ask her that. She's gonna. Hey, baby. They're asking how lazy do you think I am on a scale of 1 to 10? What? Which end is the lazy part? I'm guessing 10. 8.5. Ouch.
Wow. Well.
Ouch. I love you too.
Aww. That's true love right there.
You're lazy. I love you.
You know, that's the whole like Wang Yuanji Sima Zhao thing going on.
Almost, yeah. Pretty much, actually.
Who do you... Okay, you play Dynasty Warriors 7, yeah?
Yes.
If you could voice any character other than Sima Zhao, who would you voice?
Ooh, that's a hard one. Who would I voice? That's something I have to actually think about. I would love, like, I want to say I want to voice his dad, you know, but I don't know if I'd be able to do him justice, especially with the laugh. Honestly, I can't think of anyone else I would rather voice than Sima Zhao. I really, really like Sima Zhao. He's my favorite character. Like, I feel like even if I wasn't voicing him, he'd be my favorite character. Like,
okay.
I really enjoyed playing through his story in the game, so either his dad or just him.
Okay. This is very... Okay, so in XL and in Dynasty Warriors 7, I think we kind of heard you do a kind of Sima-Yi laugh for Zuma Zhao, I believe.
Yeah?
I think I heard, unless I'm going crazy, but I think I heard that. It was towards, I think it was towards the end of one of those games, because you did do the voicing for Extreme Legends as well, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
So I think it was towards the end, you know, where he kind of felt that he was filling in his father's shoes, and he just done some laugh, and I was like, oh my god, he's doing a laugh. So
I remember I recorded laughs for him. I don't remember if I specifically recorded one based off his dad's. I'm trying to think now.
I'll probably go and after this episode and play to.
Yeah. Let me know. Let me know if that's
for research reasons, of course. Maybe that was in the Japanese version of the game, because I like to play in Japanese, so
maybe.
I'm guessing. Yeah. I'm guessing. But speaking of that, can you do an impression of that?
Oh man. All right. Let's do it. I'm trying to remember how it goes now. Yes. Okay.
Wow.
No way.
Yeah,
Not even close.
It was okay.
It was okay.
At the beginning was good, and then it just... Yeah.
I was like teetering away from the mic. But yeah, it's like I was like we were talking about earlier before you even started. It's like, you know, it was so sad that the Japanese actor passed away, and it's a good. And I was saying, like, good luck to whoever replaces him, because that, not even just that laugh, the character is just so iconic.
Yeah, and considering he was the same voice actor since the game was there, pretty much since Suma-Yi was in the game, he was the voice actor for it. So it is going to be a big decision for Tecmo Koei, and you know, you can't really replace such a character like that. Yeah.
So, you know, like I said, good luck to whoever replaces him, but it's some pretty big shoes to fill.
Probably what I think they're going to do is, because, you know, Dynasty Warriors 8 is going to come out, and then obviously it's out in Japan, but normally they do the spin-offs like Extreme Legends and Empires. What I think is they're going to keep the same voice, unless he kind of recorded before. Do you see what I mean? Like,
yeah,
they maybe possibly brought him in to record before he passed away. So, because they do that with games. So maybe, but what I think they're gonna do is they're gonna take for the battle cries, they're gonna take his voice and use it for that. We'll just change the voice for the cutscenes.
Yeah, I can see that. That way you can keep the laugh.
As like a reminder. Well, not a reminder, like in memory of him, which is good.
Absolutely. Oh, that'd be a really good idea. You know, even if you know, games down the line they slowly replace his lines, I think they should keep the laugh.
Yeah. The laugh should stay there. It's like, it's so iconic.
Yeah, no one else can do it.
You know, in English, the laugh sounds a bit different.
Yeah, I know the guy who does it, and it's I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just maybe it's you have to be Japanese to be able to do it better. Because it's something about like because I watch clips of the laugh in Japanese and English, and there's just a certain way about it that, you know, English speakers have trouble with.
I see.
It's just weird.
No, but I'm not gonna lie, the English laugh sounds quite good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because obviously that's what I heard. I never used to play the games in Japanese, because when it used to be released in the UK, you never got some sort of Japanese dub. So I was like, oh, this guy's legit. And I think he was a voice since Dynasty Warriors 6.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yes.
He also does loads of other voices. I forgot his name though, which is a shame.
Kyle.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Kyle Hebert, and he does. He's Ryu in Street Fighter.
He's the voice from the Dragon Ball Z. He's next time on Dragon Ball Z. He's that guy.
Yeah, he's the announcer. He's also Teen Goku. Teen Goku? Not Goku. Teen
Gohan. Yeah.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
That's pretty much. I think he does another voice in Dynasty Warriors 7.
Does he?
Yeah, I think, if I'm not wrong, he does for Sima Yi and for Ding Feng.
Oh, I'll ask him.
But I need to check up on that. Because he was on another podcast before. He was on the We Are Gamers podcast, and that's, I heard his voice there, and I was like, oh my god. But
just like that? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, guys.
Because the thing is, I've never actually heard any sort of voice. It's very difficult for me to get voice actors on the podcast. So when you're like, yeah, I'm interested to do it, I'm like, really? Because normally I have to talk to the agents, and that's a pain in the ass. Let's just say that.
Oh man, Skype is easy.
Yeah, it is. It's like when there's a middleman, it's just difficult.
Yeah. Screw the middleman.
And it's sometimes like, you try and email the voice actor, and they just, they don't reply, or they don't get the email.
We are famously bad about that, aren't we?
Yeah.
Slow emails and slow responses.
Or no responses.
Or no responses.
Like, I tried contacting, I'm not going to say who they are specifically, but...
You can tell me afterwards and we'll laugh
I will do. That's just for me. Yeah, but it was one of the Dynasty Warriors actresses.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just put it that way. And I tried emailing her, tweeting, Facebooking, not Facebooking because I don't have Facebook. What am I saying? Whatever. So I tried contacting her, and she didn't reply. And I'm like, oh, thanks for that. I see how it is. You were my favorite character, but now you're not.
But now I'm just writing you off.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go now. I know when I'm not wanted.
You can tell me afterwards if I know her. I'll be like, so I heard you hate your fans.
You can wind her up if you want.
And she's like, what?
But the thing is, I'll probably want to get her on the podcast down the line. Okay. Like, I remember I just got so... I wouldn't say angry, I just got pissed off. Like, I would play Dynasty Warriors and find the battles where her character's in. Just to, like, destroy them. Like, see, that was like a Sumayi laugh right there.
It comes when you're not trying.
Exactly. But yeah, I was like, oh man, yeah, just like Muso craziness. Good times.
Good times. Releasing stress.
That's what Dynasty Warriors is about.
Absolutely.
It's about awesome fun times and crazy stuffs. So, like you said, you mentioned that you were a gamer. Obviously, you've become a casual gamer recently, which is a shame.
It is.
But what console do you play on, and which one do you prefer?
Right now I have a good relationship with the PS3.
Oh yeah.
I own it. We here in where we live, we have a PS3, we have a 360, we have a 3DS. I think we have the PS2 stored away somewhere and a PSP stored away, and a Wii, but I never touched that anymore. I'm just like,
no, there wasn't many good games on.
Not too much.
Yeah.
I played Smash Brothers for like a year, and then that got old.
Yeah.
But yeah, I pretty much owned every console that's ever come out. All the way back to like Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo.
So did you ever think that, because you said you mentioned before when we recorded that you did play Dynasty Warriors games before, obviously being the role of Sima Zhao. Did you ever think while playing those games that, yeah, one day I'm going to be in this game?
Nope. Absolutely not. I've never thought I'd be in any video games because I never, like I said, voice acting wasn't like on my to-do list to do, and ever since I've started doing it, I have this like really huge new appreciation of video games. You know, I know a lot of voice actors who aren't gamers, and you know, I always encourage them to try to play the games they're in. Because it's such a surreal and fun experience, you know. It's one of the coolest things to hear your voice coming out of characters from games you really enjoy. You know, that's the best for me. That's the height of, you know, my enjoyment for voice acting is when I get to play like a series of games that I've always really enjoyed, and I've had the privilege to do like a voice in it. Okay. You know, it's great.
So for anyone that wants to kind of get into acting and get into voice acting, what do you say to them?
I would say you should move to where the work is. That's the first advice I give to anyone. That means whether you move to New York, Texas for Japanese animation, or Los Angeles for everything, basically. If you want to do video games, I suggest you move to Los Angeles. That's where everything is. Like, literally, the building that recorded BioShock Infinite is a 3-minute walk away from where I live, you know?
Oh, okay.
It's amazing here, and it's where all the studios are. So if you have ambitions and goals to do professional voice acting, you need to be, you know, you can't say I want to do construction work, but I live in the other state where the building I want to work on is in the other state, and you can't drive to work every day. So yeah, number 1, move to where the work is, move to LA. Number 2, I would say take classes, take theater if you can, especially if you're still in school. Take lots of theater because it gives you all the tools you need. It gives you stage presence, which is actually pretty important. It gives you vocal training. It gives you acting chops. You know, stamina, sustainability. It gives you all of that. So take classes, take theater, all that. And when you feel like you're ready, make a demo. Because you need a demo in LA, and you need a demo to just get into places to be heard, you know. And then it's a mix of skill, luck, and, you know, whatever else. It's just, you got to do it. You just sort of have to hit the pavement and go.
Okay. This is a question from the Dynasty Warriors blog, which we got in. In Dynasty Warriors 8, I'm guessing you're going to purchase the game. So in the game, who do you think is, you know, who are you looking forward to the most in terms of characters? Because there's been a lot of new characters in this game.
Yes, I know they're introducing a few new characters, and there's one of them. I'm under NDA, so I can't talk about it, but there is a new character that I'm really looking forward to playing. This is going to be a really terrible answer because, first of all, I can't tell you his name.
Why is
Second
that?
of all,
because they've already announced the characters, so...
But I don't know if they have announced every single new character.
No, they've announced that, like, ages ago.
They have? Every single new one?
Oh, you mean on the website, or... Because the game has been out, like, everyone it's obvious news, like...
On the website, I can't say for the same reason why I can't say other stuff about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
I know. But he's on the side I like, if that means anything to you.
Okay.
He's one of the newer. I'll just turn the volume way up on my mic. I can't say it. I can't say anything about him because I get in trouble. Wah. But I guess in short, yes, there is a new character I am looking forward to playing.
Okay.
They don't let VAs talk about anything. It sucks.
Yeah. That's the shame. They don't... And the problem is, because when I interview a lot of voice actors, they like to tell me things, and I'm not allowed to say.
Right.
Which, you know, like, you really want to say. You can't tell anyone. You can't even tell your mum. It's not nice.
I can't tell my mom either. Imagine how it's like for me. You know, it's like like for example, like I just recorded at Warner Brothers for like this huge video game, and I can't tell anyone about it, and it's so awesome.
Yeah, Warner Brothers. You shouldn't have said the company. Now people.
I know, but I don't know. I can say that much at least, but I can't say it's like I worked on this.
But then people can kind of figure out what it is.
Well, if they figure it out, that's good for them. I just can't confirm or deny. It'd be hard though, because Warner Brothers is coming out with a ton of stuff. You know, a ton of stuff this year. So.
But what if someone gets on the first try? They're like, "Are you in this game?" And you'd be like, "Oh."
Every guess, I'm gonna have to say I can neither confirm or deny. So the answer's always gonna be the same.
But the thing is, when I hear that from people, I'm like, that means yes. That means like I don't, because you know when a voice actor is not in a video game, they'll just say, "Yeah, I'm not in it." Do you see what I mean?
Not always. Not nowadays. Like I know a few friends of mine, like they've been asked about if they're in games that they're not, you know, and they haven't come out yet, and they don't want to get anyone in trouble. So like they'll ask a friend of theirs and be like, "Hey, is this game out yet? Can blah blah blah?" And they're like, "No." So they're forced to say, "Oh, I can neither confirm or deny." NDAs are getting stricter nowadays because games are getting more expensive and bigger and, you know, more prolific. So the secrets are getting harder.
No, but I don't know. It seems that people have actually been like leaking out informations, and I'm not going to say who it is.
Well, those are the bad people.
Like even Chin, you know Chin-san, even he said that they're the naughty ones.
Yeah.
So,
Naughty actors.
What actually happens to them, do you think?
It's first of all, it's very unprofessional. Especially if you know you're not supposed to be talking about it. Second of all, it might affect whether or not the studio calls you back for other games, which kind of, you know, that's your bread and butter. You don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just it's not good. At the very worst, I think you can get sued from some of the bigger companies. Like I know,
because with Tecmo Koei, like especially with Dynasty Warriors 8, like one of the voice actors said, "Yeah, I'm the voice of this guy."
Yeah.
Even before they kind of announced that there will be even a game. Do you see what I mean? Like,
yeah, that was naughty. It was very naughty. I know, like for example, like I was working on Resident Evil 6, and one of the actresses, I think, leaked something onto the net, and it was a huge deal because, you know, it's Capcom, and no one knew Resident Evil 6 was even coming.
Oh.
You know? And that was awful. And I don't know what happened to her, but I sort of don't want to know, you know? She hasn't been heard from again.
She's in Meat Buns now.
Oh. I'm not going to get any Meat Buns afterwards.
Like from them street vendors. Yeah. Anyway, we've gone back to Meat Buns. Like, I should just name this episode Meat Buns. Like
Meat Buns.
Like episode.
All about Meat Buns.
Yeah, episode 56. Meat Buns with Kaiji. I'm actually gonna do that.
Do it, absolutely.
Yeah. Anyway, talking about episodes, many people have been asking, this is an update video, well, not an update video, this is like an update for the fans. Many people have been asking for Get a Life Podcast Japan, and, you know, I can neither confirm or deny, you know?
Wait, say again, what about podcast?
People have been asking for Get a Life Podcast, like a translated version. But I can neither confirm or deny that.
Oh!
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what you say.
That's
the only thing you say.
No, but in all seriousness, hopefully there will be Get Life Podcast Japan for you guys who speak Japanese and want to hear it in Japanese. The thing I don't understand is people want to hear it in Japanese, but they can listen to it in English. Like, if they want to hear it in Japanese and they're telling me in English that they want to hear it, I'm like, are you just trolling me?
Wouldn't you rather understand what you're hearing?
No, I can understand if they can't speak English, but they tell me in English that we want a Japanese version. I'm like, but you speak English. And I know you. You're not even Japanese.
I'm all up for games who have like dual audio, because it's nice to hear the original, performance in Japanese, But I also don't like to read my games.
Well, that is one of the main things. But yeah, I don't really mind, because it depends on what type of game. If it's like a fighting game, well, you're not really going to be reading.
Right.
In any situation. If it's like Dynasty Warriors, in certain situations you're going to be reading, but if you haven't been... Well, if you played the game, like previous editions of the game and stuff like that, you're going to know what's coming. You're going to know what the game's all about. So there's not really... You don't really need to read anything. Like, I can play Dynasty Warriors blindfolded.
Blindfolded?
I'm being serious.
Would you do well?
Yeah, Dynasty Warriors is not that hard for me, because I've played Dynasty Warriors since I was 6 years old.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's dedication right there, man.
It is. It's like, I first got it on the PlayStation 2 when it first came out, and obviously that was the game I used to play. I went through 3 copies of Dynasty Warriors 2 because I played it so much.
Ow.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's very crazy.
Crazy in a good way. I'm not saying you're crazy. No. It's crazy good.
Hell yeah. But especially that, like, I don't miss out on a new Dynasty Warriors game. Like, you hear about a new Dynasty Warriors game, I'm on it. Already pre-ordered. You see what I mean? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
I'll do anything for Dynasty Warriors, and especially for Tecmo Koei, because they're an awesome company at the end of the day.
They really are. They really are. They're one of the best companies I've ever worked with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Granted. Wait, do you get paid by the... do you get paid by them or by another company?
I'm not sure who actually signs my checks. All I know is I get sent my checks by the actual studio that I record at.
Okay.
I'm guessing Koei gives them the money to pay me.
Oh, okay. Like they take like loads of money and they just don't give it to you. They're just hiding it all.
Hiding it, hoarding all the money.
Like they pay you in meat buns.
I've worked on some projects that I would have just taken meat buns as payment for. Glamorous life of voice acting.
Another thing, do people actually go up to you in the street and say, "Oh my God, you're this guy"?
No, they don't. Because it's like you can't really you don't really recognize me by face or anything. I've had a few people like either in GameStop or like wherever I go to buy video games, and I've had a few people go, "Hey, you sound like this. Are you this guy?" And I'm like, "Yeah," because a few of the people who work at those stores, like I've talked to and I'm friends with, and they know I do the voice acting, so they're like, "Oh yeah, this guy comes in all the time. He's in these games." So sometimes, but on the street, no.
Oh.
No.
Because I've seen when I saw your picture on Twitter, I'm like, this guy kind of looks like Sima Zhao a bit. you got the hair going on.
Oh, not anymore. I'm sad to say.
Say what?
It's a sad story. Let me tell you. The Conan O'Brien show.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
I do work for them sometimes in skits, and just recently he had a skit where, the whole thing with North Korea. He had a skit where Kim Jong-un was on, and I was playing Kim Jong-un. So if you could imagine this, they sort of took my hair and gave me the Kim Jong-un haircut.
Oh no!
I know. I wear a beanie now because it looks so terrible. But they're like, yeah, keep it because we might bring the character back. I'm like, oh God. it's awful. Awful. I don't even have... Yeah.
Damn.
It'll grow back. My hair grows fast.
No, but you're going to be walking down the street, people are like, oh my god, that's Kim Jong-un.
I've gotten that already. I felt really bad because I had to go to Best Buy to return something, and there was a Korean lady working at returns, and I didn't know what to do. Like, I kind of panicked. I'm like, shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Imagine if she just punched you in the face.
That's what I thought she was gonna do. Just take one look at me and just hit me over the head with something. And say, I got him, look, I saved the world.
You just need to be careful out there.
I really do. That's why I got the beanie. Hiding my shame.
Don't they normally do like fake hair, like a wig or something?
They do, and they do. And well, actually, the weird story about that is, they were originally going to put the wig on me, but on the day of shooting, they found out that for whatever reason, the wigs they were going to use were in Atlanta. So they were scrambling to like try to get like a makeshift wig done on time, but it looked awful. So my hair at that point, I had just recently gotten a haircut, and it was pretty short. And I was like, you know what, just go ahead and just do what you need to do. And they're like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, just go ahead and do it. So they did. Granted, now I'm like the makeup people's favorite person ever because I made it so easy on them. But I also have to walk around looking like Kim Jong-un.
Wow.
Acting.
You can always buy yourself a wig.
I could.
That Sima Zhao wig. Maybe. Another thing.
Yes.
If you can be any one of your characters that you've played as, who would you be and why?
I can be any...
Just for a day.
One of my characters for a day. Ooh, that's good. Let me think. I would probably be... I would... Now, I want to say Kenshiro, that's the obvious answer, but he also lives in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, so I don't know about that. Maybe... Actually, probably Owain from Fire Emblem Awakening. Like, I know we talked and you haven't played a lot of Fire Emblem, but Owain is like this really over-the-top, really hammy, really like... I want to say almost otaku type of character. And he names all of his attacks. And he has all these references to past Fire Emblem games, and he's just a fantastic dude. And if I could be anyone for a day, I'd be Owain because he's so fun. I want to be that carefree for 24 hours. You know what I'm saying?
No, but you can always be Sima Zhao. He's the most carefree.
That's true. I could be Sima Zhao's. That's hard. Sima Zhao, I get to eat a lot more meat buns.
Actually, no, not really, because his brother would eat those.
My brother, beat me up and be mad at me and
kill people.
Go to war over it. So either Sima Zhao or Owain from Fire Emblem, I think.
Interesting.
Excellent.
Okay. Now, one last thing. I'm just gonna wrap it up. So, for you guys that are listening, there's like a few announcements I have to put in. It's not advertisements, I promise. I genuinely do, but it's oh yeah, damn. Every time I remember, I just forget. It's just damn. Like you said, those kind of brain farts.
Right, man. They happen.
Jesus. No.
It's gone?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember it now. Yeah, we're doing a kind of charity event for Special Effect. Now, these guys, if you don't know them, they pretty much do things to make gaming accessible to everyone. especially people who have disabilities and things like that. And you can go check out the videos on YouTube, or check them out. Just type in special effect in Google, and you can see the stuff they did. Because I went to Eurogamer Expo, and I was playing Portal 2 with my face. Now, I have to say, that's awesome. Like, I could just imagine what they could do with Dynasty Warriors. Like, because not everyone can press all the buttons necessarily, or not everyone has the kind of ability to do that. So they find amazing ways to do these kind of things. Like, you can play driving games with using your eyes, or football manager games using your eyes. Crazy stuff, but it's awesome. So if you guys want to donate, you can donate worldwide. Just go justgiving.com/GetLifePodcast. Our target is £100. Hopefully we reach it by episode 100. That's the main goal behind it. Also, if you guys want to see any Dynasty Warriors 8 gameplay before the game actually comes out, because there's some people that got copies from Japan. I know my friend Dark Masamune87 has it, so go check out his YouTube channel. I'll put that in the description for you guys to check out. Check it out, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And if you want to pre-order your copy of Dynasty Warriors 8, and you're like, well, I have both consoles, which one should I pre-order it for? In the UK, I suggest pre-ordering it for the PS3. Mainly because it's £10 cheaper. The game is like £30 for PS3, £40 for Xbox 360. Also, pre-order is free, and there's free UK delivery from game.co.uk. Yeah, and more. That was more advertising. Necessarily, I'm not actually sponsored by them. I just love Game that much that I'm willing to do that. It's free for them. They're not actually paying me, which is awesome. I'm willing to do that. And yeah, any last words, Kaiji?
No, thank you for having me. This was really fun, and I hope you all go out and pick up your copy of Dynasty Warriors 8. It's going to be an awesome game. Look forward to it.
Awesome. Obviously, thank you for being on the podcast. It's such an honor to have such an iconic person on.
No, thank you. It was great.
And we had some interesting conversations regarding Meat Buns and gaming.
Meat Buns and cannibalism and and NDAs.
Yeah. I don't think you've ever been on a podcast like this before.
No, not so much. At least not about all this food. I'm really hungry now. I need to go out and get some. It's almost lunchtime here. Like, you guys are like, it's dinner time for you, right?
It's like 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's alright, because I ate some McDonald's. Just before recording.
Oh, McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there anything else we need to cover before we head out?
No.
No, that's enough.
Yeah. That's a wrap.
Be sure to check out the Get a Life podcast on iTunes for your Japanese gaming fix and hot chicks. Just kidding. No hot chicks, just fish.
Hey, that hurt my feelings.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It just had to be said.